to trucking again. Once again, we got a frosty day, icy day. Turned cold today. As you can see, the ice on the windshield. Just got to the truck. See the cold, trying to warm it up. Sitting here waiting on the load. The loads here in the container business is still lacking. I don't know if anybody saw the news, but the NS Norfolk Southern Rail Yard train had a second derailment. This time it was here in Michigan, up in the Haggerty area, over the area where I used to go to the landfill at. Somehow some of the cars derailed off the track. I do run out of that yard here in Detroit, but this is the second derailment. It's kind of odd. I mean, they just had a train derailment over there in Ohio, had a chemical spill, had to evacuate the city over there, town or whatever it was. Then yesterday, they had a train derailment, day before yesterday, had a train derailment, yesterday or day before, whatever it was. No, yesterday, had a train derailment. Yesterday around about 8 something a.m. just after I got here, I was heading on my way to Ohio, and the train somehow derailed up there in the Haggerty area. I'm very familiar with them tracks up there, because that train used to come through the landfill, because the landfill actually have tracks that come through the landfill. And I used to see those guys from Norfolk Southern right there doing something with the train, hooking to another line of trains and stuff like that. We used to be blocked quite often by the track arm, the safety guy up there at the landfill. Used to have to call the train station and have them let the arm up because it was just down too long with no train coming. So I don't know how that train derailed, but it's kind of odd that it's continuous. It happened again, and this time here in Michigan. This time they said it was grain. It was hauling grain or something. I didn't see no containers like what we haul from the video they showed, unless it was somewhere else in the line of trains. So I'm still here dealing with I don't want to say slow freight. You might as well say no freight, because if you're coming in every day and you're not planned up, or you're getting crap for low pay, that's beyond slow. And this is February going into March, and I began hearing about slow freight back in November. This is the worst. This week check was minus 2 days, because I didn't work 2 days. So I'm like, when is you expecting your freight to pick up? Because it's affecting the money I should be making. And I communicated that. The guy, the truck I'm driving is not mine, it belongs to somebody else. See, when you own your own truck, you making the bulk of the money. And he said something to me, and that is the root of my problem. It's his equipment, which it is. This is his equipment. Your equipment that I'm driving, that I have to split the money I make with you. This is his equipment. On one hand, it would sound like a good thing to somebody. You don't want to deal with the maintenance and all the whatnots that is required owning a truck or maintaining a truck. But I've been doing that since I've been in trucking and became a lease purchase operator, running independent. And the only reason I don't have my truck is because of deliberate sabotage from the companies that I was with, setting me up and taking my truck after they done got a shitload of money off of me, as far as lease payments, maybe maintenance money that they done collected off of me, and then turn around and take my truck. U.S. Express, that was the last company that I attempted I would own that truck right now, and I could have had that truck signed on here as my own truck versus driving somebody else's truck. And see, and that's the problem. But at times, the money of leasing is not great. Leasing is a scam, and the money you make off of it is really not worth it. The length of time that you got to go through. If you make it to the end of that lease and your truck is still in good condition and you full-time own it and end up with the title to it. Most don't make it to it. money that you're getting, trying to get to it, versus the money you're paying out, it's really not worth it. You paying out at least 2.5 more times money than what you paying out, at least twice the money that you bringing home. And that's what I saw with lease purchase. But the guy, you know, and that stuck with me. He said that, and that bothers me because I like to be the boss. I like to be my own boss. I'm used to being a boss. That's why I got into lease purchase, and because I like to run my own thing, make my own money, see what I can do out there. But once again, if you got to deal with a company getting you freight, looking for freight, you at a disadvantage. It's best to get your own authority, have your own truck, you find your own loads, deal with your own people that you designate to assist you in it. And if you don't need no assistance and it's just you. Cut out the middleman. Because right now that stuck with me when he said that. But this guy not only owns this truck, he has other trucks of drivers over the road. You got drivers. I'm driving your truck. And that's always been a problem for me. Because I never wanted to do that, never wanted to be in this position. But to get going, I made a decision to come on here. I said, well, maybe it won't be so bad if the money is great. But right after I got here, the money started dropping. The freight started disappearing. You ain't working two days. Now, that don't sound bad, but it is bad when you splitting your money with the owner of the truck. You driving, you doing all the driving. They throw that, well, it's my truck, I'm doing the maintenance and everything on it. Okay, that's if you have any maintenance. How much maintenance do you really have? Yeah, but you doing the driving. But you got to split it, so, okay, that's a fair deal. You got to split it. He let you drive his equipment. He maintaining it, taking care of the license, all that, making sure everything is fixed, which is a good thing. I ain't got a problem with it. Because the truck is decent. And the guy that owns this truck is a pretty good guy. But that bothers me. Because I want to be the boss. I don't want nobody being my boss. And I've been that way. If I got to work for you, it's got to be a decent amount of money involved. But if I'm doing work for you, or even using your equipment, and my money is diminished, but I know you somebody with more than one truck. You got drivers all over the road and leasing. I mean, you really don't have to work. You sitting at home with your family, got money coming in. And here I am out here busting my ass trying to get the money coming in. But I'm dealing with, now we got no freight. It's slow in containers. Containers is a $1 billion industry. They just did a news story on this damn industry. And I have no idea as to why. I'm sitting up here and constantly we don't have freight, don't have good paying freight. Or either you try to offer me freight. One day he tried to offer me freight. The pay on it was not worth the miles I had to drive. And see, in those companies that are contacting companies like this to ship their goods back and forth or pick them up, you try to take advantage. And I've been noticing that. I'm not going to drive no ridiculous miles for no less rate. And I've been noticing that. You talking about it depend on what you hauling. Nah, we going the same miles. Them miles cost diesel and it costs fuel. I don't care what's in that damn trailer. If I gotta drive a lot of miles, the pay better be worth it. Don't try to rip me off, because I've been in this game a little bit too long, and I know the mileage, and I know roundabout what it should be paying going this way. But I've noticed that. They talk about the rate changing. Who hand is in the rate changing? Who changing these rates? Who has got it to where we got to sit up there and accept low paying rates, driving all these miles, burning diesel that I have to pay for, that I split with this guy. And they tell me that's great. No, it's not. That's not great. You're not the one driving this truck. You're not the one putting the fuel in it. You're the one issuing me this load, and I'm looking at it. You know, and that's been my problem. Because I'm kind of pissed off that I made all these attempts to be a successful independent contractor. Now, I'm not going to say I wasn't a success, which I was. I did damn good out there. Just got in a lot of debt behind it. Debt that was sabotaged. Debt by them sabotaging my business. You know, that's a shame when you got people doing dirty shit because they don't want you to make no money. They don't want to see you getting in that big money range. They see you driving this luxury equipment and why you away from it. They used to do that all the time when they used to park my truck here in Detroit. Go tamper with it. I used to park across from Motor City Casino. I used to come back, shit used to be wrong with the truck. Even when I was over the road, used to get shit to the truck, slash tires, cut the tires, do shit called air leaks, all this shit. Sabotage. And that's to go in my pocket. They have to pay out maintenance money. Then these companies are fixing it to where they collected maintenance money. It's a no-win situation. Yeah, the freedom of it was the best for me. I like to call the shots. I like to run the show. I like to determine what's best for me as far as loads. Wait a minute. Hold on. Sorry about that. The guy that owns the truck that came here wanted me to put on who's revving up for some reason. I don't know if he's checking something or what back there. But, I'm still, as you see, windows still frosted, so I don't know. Maybe we want me to speed up the warming up, but I don't know why because we ain't got no load. But anyway, that's the problem. Dirty trucking wants to be the boss. And they used to talk about that at the previous job. The previous job that I left, they had a position come up to be the boss there. But about time I found out about it, they had already handpicked who they wanted for that job, and kept it kind of quiet. And then when I finally found out about it and put in for it, they had already selected this guy. So, but after everybody found out that I had put in to be the boss there, it became the yard chatter up there. And even the new folks was approaching. That's your problem. You want to be the boss. You damn right. I think I'll make a damn good boss. I think I'll make a damn good boss. Why ain't I a boss? I should have been a boss. See, this stuff, I'm going to make a confession here. My career path was not supposed to be in trucking, though I'm good at it. But I kind of knew at an early age I was going to be a driver, because that's all I used to do, drive around, just drive around and do nothing. And it dawned on me, I just said something mentally to myself, well, if I'm going to do all this driving around, I need to do it and get paid for it. Thus I rolled over to bus driving. In my early years, you know, coming up, you take these little bullshit ass jobs because you're young, you try to get established, trying to get your feel of life, what road you finna go on as far as your job, your career. So, really, my career, and this is going to be a shocking confession to you, you're probably going to be, what? My career path was supposed to be in law enforcement. That was what it was supposed to be. But, because of all this crazy shit that I've been telling you that's going on, all this sneaking around, switching shit, trying to make it seem like I'm crazy. Hold on one second, I got a call.